Welcome back to my channel. If you are not subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any new videos that I post. Alright, so as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how to create a great thumbnail and giving you guys 5 tips on how to create a great thumbnail. So as some of you may be, you might be new YouTubers or you're trying to grow your channel, you definitely need a really good thumbnail. It's so key, and I wanted to give you guys a few tips that I've learned along the way and that I'm still learning. Tip number 1 would definitely be to use Canva. Canva is a great resource and tool. You can do a lot of free items on there. You can do a lot of graphics, text. You can do thumbnail. You can do a banner for YouTube. You can even do like video clips, PowerPoints, things like that. There's lots and lots of things that you can do on Canva. So Canva is a great resource. I definitely would highly recommend it. They have a free option, which is what I use for now. I definitely would love to use the pro version. That is a fee for that side. But you do get more of the features and you get more of the options that you can choose from. And it's really just cool to see big things you can do. You can even change your face. You can like airbrush it and things like that, which is more of like a pro version. And you can just really get nitty gritty and really do some cool things with the pro version. But have the free, and you can do a lot of things with the free. So don't worry if you're just starting out or if you're trying to get more growth in YouTube. I definitely would recommend using Canva. You can definitely use a lot of free options there. And what you do in Canva is you'll select the thumbnail and then you'll upload those pictures that you want to the file, and then you'll basically paste the pictures onto the thumbnail page, and you can edit and add text and font and cool little emojis and things like that. So it's really, really cool. I highly recommend it if you are looking to create a great thumbnail, to definitely use Canva. Let me know if you guys want to see a tutorial. I can show you how I create a thumbnail using Canva. Let me know in the comment section down below. And then for my tip number 2, you want to make sure that you use good quality photos. Now, throughout your video, you can definitely take screenshots. That's also a good tip to use. That way you can just take those screenshots and put them in Canva, or you can definitely take pictures as you are going along, making your video, things like that. But you really want to use good quality photos so that way it looks better and it's more clear. You have a very good vision of what your video is going to be about. Definitely good quality photos is best for your YouTube thumbnail. And how to create a great thumbnail, you definitely want a good photo or photos. I definitely notice when I click on videos, I like to look for photos that are bright, that are clear, and definitely let me know exactly what the video is going to be about and not misleading. So that would definitely be my tip number 2, to use good quality photos. And then for my number 3 tip, you want to make sure that you use really eligible font and text that you're going to use on the thumbnail. You don't want it to be too tiny. You don't want it to be too big where it's just taking up the whole entire thumbnail and covering up your photos where you can't really see what's in the background. You want to make sure that if you have font, that it's a clear font, that if you do use color, maybe try and put a border around it so it really stands out. Try to use a bright color. That definitely helps. White is always good, like a thick, bold color. You don't want to use a color that will clash with the picture, make it harder to read. So you want to make sure that whatever font you're using, that it's very clear and it's very easy to read on top of the thumbnail. So make sure that you have clear font, make sure that it's big enough to read, but not too overbearing where it's just taking up the whole entire thumbnail. And you want to make sure that the font is a color that is nice and bright, but not contrasting with the photo, or it's not blending in with the photo and you can't read it. So definitely think about that when you are creating your thumbnail. Font that is clear and easy to read. And then for my tip number 4, you want to make sure that your font does not get covered up by the time. When you create a thumbnail, you want to make sure that you are abiding by those dimensions, and you don't want to have the font underneath the time, because then that will cut off what you're trying to say. I've actually done this before where I had font at the bottom of my thumbnail and it went under the time. And so I'm like, man, that's messed up, because you can't read the whole entire font if it is under that timestamp. And so make sure that when you are creating your thumbnail, that if you are putting font at the bottom of the thumbnail, you want to make sure that it is just moved over a little bit so that you're not putting it underneath that timestamp in the lower right hand corner. So definitely keep that in mind. That's a really good tip I learned along the way, and also a fellow YouTuber had told me that too, and I thought that was just a really good tip to know, because you think about it, you're just kind of creating the 4 pictures, or 10 pictures, however many you're putting on there, and then you're putting your font, and you forget about the timestamp. But the timestamp will cover up whatever is in that right hand corner, lower right hand corner. So definitely make sure that you don't have text in that lower right hand corner. You don't want to have something that you need to read and it's being blocked by that timestamp. So just keep that in mind when you're creating your thumbnail. And then for my 5th and final tip on how to create a great thumbnail, I would say would be to make sure to search for keywords. You can do this through TubeBuddy. This is what I use. I use the free version that you can use, and it's been really great. This lets me see for keywords that are ranked very well, and it also helps you with like SEO, things like that. I'm still learning it, and so I definitely have a lot to learn myself, but definitely want to look for good keywords, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get people to click on your video and click on the thumbnail and watch, and hopefully watch your video. So definitely look at that. Look into those keywords. What are you really trying to say about your video? And then with the Keyword Explorer, you can just type it in. You would type in different options that you want to try, because you might think of keywords that you might not have thought of. It will tell you basically ranked off of if it's a low, not very searched, or if it's a very high searched word. So I definitely like to use it because it definitely helps me. It helps me with my keywords. It helps me pick what's, a higher range versus a lower range. And that's what you want. You want a higher range for the keyword search so that it will show up more in the YouTube algorithm. It'll show up more in the videos for video suggestions for that category. And hopefully it'll get someone to click on your great thumbnail. So definitely use TubeBuddy. It's a great resource. If you guys want me to do a video on TubeBuddy, I can definitely do a free version for you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I just thought that this would be a great tips to give you guys. Those were my 5 tips on how to create a great thumbnail. I know that starting out on YouTube, or if you've been started out and you're trying to improve, just like I am, a thumbnail is very key. I'm definitely still learning and teaching myself the tips and tricks as well. So this is definitely what I use every time when I'm creating my thumbnail, and it's definitely helped me get better and better. And so I definitely want that for you guys as well, because that's what, it helps. It helps to have these tips and tricks so we can all do better. Alright you guys, well, that was my 5 tips on how to create a great thumbnail. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys like this video, and if you guys want any more tutorials, maybe on Canva, or if you want a tutorial on TubeBuddy, let me know and I can definitely do that for you guys. I post on here every week, and I hope you guys like this video. Give it a big thumbs up, and make sure to comment down below. And make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you're not subscribed. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.